Previously on Trails through Daybreak, Jin pushed some bracer quests on Arkride Solutions. The wallet quest required Agnes to haggle with a black market dealer in order to prove herself as a spriggan. However, the reporter Marielle got into a slimy situation where a monster almost ate her. While shopping for snacks, Van noticed someone was following him. Should I make my move? Catch who is tailing you way a little longer. I think I've done all preparation I could. At this rate, I need to just wait for the shops to get better. Let's see if we can get some level 2 quartz. That's the Jaeger from earlier.
Where'd they go?
Is there a hit on us? Already?
They're just gone. How?
Did they find the Ramda?
Got some speed on you.
It's not the Ramda. What? Is it? I don't know. It is the Ramda!
Gotcha!
Yo!
Is everything okay, Van? Huh?
I see, maybe he stole it.
How adorable.
He must have stolen it from the Almada guys somehow.
The hell? A kid?
I can't believe I let a civilian get the better of me. You knew I was tailing you and led me here on purpose, didn't you?
Well, I knew I wasn't gonna lose you, so this was the next best thing. That was a form of active camo using shards.
Oh.
Same kind of thing Ramdas can do, just works different.
What, really? What's the I guess it's not. It might not be as good as Ramdas if Ramdas are still being used. I don't know. How does it compare to a Ramda one? It doesn't seem to have those cubes, the cube effect like before.
You can do that with shards too? You are the real deal, huh? Actually, even realer than real. Glad I decided to come, even with what Abby said. Abby? If I recall, that means...
It's father, from a dialect in the Central East. With how fast you are and the way you're dressed, are you... Wait a minute. I think I just realized something else.
What's wrong?
How are you a Jaeger in the KRUGA Corps at your age? You're one hell of a girl.
What? I'm the eldest daughter of the warriors of KRUGA's vice chief, Feri al-fayed. I came here to ask for your help, Mr. Arkride. Could we go somewhere to talk?
This is my first time hearing about the warriors of KRUGA. So you're from just below the Ishgal Mountains in the Central East?
Along the northern edge of the Central East, yeah. We see ourselves as, and live a lifestyle befitting of, warriors. We revere flames and the goddess Arusha.
Their whole tribe forms one major corps that serves to rep the whole Central East. They're very proud and value their traditions though, so they won't take on any jobs they deem immoral. And if you're surprised people so upstanding would let a kid fight, well, me too.
Oh, please. I'm not a full-fledged warrior like Abby yet. But it's nice to hear you think of me as one.
Innocent little thing, isn't she? Yeah, she strikes me as very pure of heart. So you're looking for another Jaeger corpse, is that right? One called Eisenchild. They're another famous high-ranking corpse in Central Zemuria. They work out of the free cities to the north and got a lot of former soldiers in their ranks. Fairly decent group for a Jaeger corps too. They take care of their city's defenses and stuff. That's interesting. I didn't know there were so many different kinds of Jaeger corps.
We've clashed against the Eisenshield a lot over the years. Our last one was around a couple weeks ago in a proxy war against them. We eventually settled that and both sides left the battlefield, but...
Oh, I thought it was a training session or something, but I guess not.
From what I've heard, one unit of the Eisenshield's Jaegers still hasn't returned home yet.
Oh, and you're sure they didn't take on another job on the way back, right?
We're sure. The regimental commander contacted our village directly asking if we knew anything. Abi, our vice chief, has been so worried that he's doing just about everything he can to find them.
Yeah, that's so. Sorry, I'm a little confused. Didn't you say that both of your corps fought as enemies only a couple weeks ago?
I did? Why?
It's a Jaeger thing, don't worry about it. As soon as the fighting stops, it's water under the bridge for them. It's not uncommon for them to be enemies at one job and allies on the next. How unusual.
I didn't mean to confuse you. But he's right. We don't bear them any ill will. The leader of the unit that vanished has actually always been real good to me.
Really? What kind of person are they?
Her name's Ida. She's one of the most capable Jaegers in her corps. We fought as allies and as enemies a lot since I first became a warrior 2 years ago. She also teaches me all kinds of things on our off days, or when our corps train together too. It would have been easy to ignore someone as young as me, but she's been nothing but a true friend. Or maybe even a sister. I already have an older brother, but if I had to picture what an older sister would be like, it'd be her. She's very, very important to me. So of course I wanted to join in on the search party for her, but they wouldn't let me. Abi said it was because I'm still only 13 and don't know anything outside of war and our village.
Makes sense. So that's why you came all the way to Calvard, because you couldn't give up.
That's right. I left on my own and rode on buses and trains for the first time to get here. We know that Ida's unit came through Calvard on their way home. So if they really have gone missing, the odds are they're somewhere in this country. As for why I came to you, I've heard about you from the warriors in my village. They told me about a spriggan in Calvard's capital who was willing to lend an ear to even Jaegers like us.
I guess he might have helped them in a past job.
This is a lump of argem. Will this be enough to cover your fees for helping me find Ida? Don't worry. I got this legitimately through a job.
But that's... You kidding me? A lump that big could fetch around 100k? What? We could easily afford a top-tier gear like that. Easy. Yeah. Well, we can talk money stuff later. But just to be upfront, our rate's 1,000 mira an hour, excluding other necessary expenses. I'm not in the market for a 100-hour job.
What do you...
Heh, you don't have to make it sound like you're turning her down. You're still going to help her, aren't you? Don't make it sound like an easy yes. This one seems like a little more trouble than we can afford to handle. Everything about it screams trouble, in fact. And we still got your case to work on too, so can't just drop everything for some far-off place. Huh? What?
Huh? Your bag is glowing.
Is it telling us to just take this quest? Great timing. My great-grandfather wrote that the 8 Genesees are drawn to one another. This is the first time I've seen it react this way, and that just happened to do so now. Well, I wish I could chalk it up to superstitious bull, but...
I'm not sure what's going on. It's really pretty, but what is it?
You don't have one yourself? It's a memento of my great-grandfather that has a special power. And it just might help us find Ida.
You really think so?
Easy there. I'm not gonna commit to the job just yet. First, I need a better hold on the overall situation. Can you help fill in some gaps for us?
Oh, yeah, of course I can.
Well, this certainly is a lot of useful information. It's also fragmented that it doesn't feel like it will bring us much closer to finding what we're looking for. Unfortunately, I feel like it's only just starting to set in how big this country is. I knew it was big from looking at maps, but that didn't tell me just how many groups and forces were at work. Well, it's not one of the two big powerhouses of the continent for nothing. Hell, it takes the #1 spot now. We got plenty of corps of our own based here. Then we got syndicates, mafias, and other shady groups and spies from abroad lurking around every corner. I guess Ida would have had to conceal her identity while passing through here, which will make it even more difficult to find her. Don't worry, Van's the perfect man for the job. He has all kinds of shady connections on call around here, don't you? Just all kinds of fine blurring that out now, huh?
Well, hello, Van. I've been expecting your call.
That sounds like... Well, it was 50-50 chance it was you. You know exactly who my next client is then, huh?
Indeed. Ferida al-Fayed, daughter of the warriors of KRUGA's vice chief. I also know she wants your help in finding a missing Jaeger Corps.
Is this office bugged? How do you... I'm gonna say they've been on her ever since she arrived in the capital. The CID's database isn't just for show. But if you know exactly what she's here for, then you probably played a part in why the corpse has gone AWOL, right? Is that really true? I'd be lying if I said it isn't. We caught wind of their movements 10 days ago on their way back to the Free Cities via Calvard. As you well know, there are no laws that prohibit Jaeger Corps from entering or leaving the country. However, we in the CID make it our business to know exactly what each corps is doing while here. We also take advantage of particularly capable units to train our own special ops division from time to time. Special ops division? Hercules, right? Heard it was given a serious overhaul after its screw up against the Empire a couple years back. The capabilities of each individual unit differ greatly even now, I'm afraid. All this is to say, we set one of the more promising units against Ida the Flame Eater and her corpse. I would note that the goal of this operation was to merely encircle her unit, not engage in combat. And while the operation started off on the right foot, she managed to break through our lines and escape. I can't say the news came as any surprise to me, knowing the corpse she was in before. Yeah, I've heard the rumors. Still, this was all 10 days ago. I understand the initial trouble that happened, but... she hasn't been captured since then, has she? That is correct. I'll send you our data on where we cornered her, but beyond that, I've told you all that I know. Consider this my way of repaying my debt to you from the other day. I leave the rest to you. Hey, don't hang up on... And also, you need to check your office for bugs. Come on, they just had to stick their fingers in this pie, huh? So it seems. The CID is Calvard's intelligence division, right? So even they couldn't catch her. Heh, she's so awesome. Way to think positive, kiddo. Well, I feel like we can narrow down where she could be now. Let's review what we've got so far again. This should do it. This is where the CID tried and failed to corner Ida's corpse. After we eliminate where the CID's unit was, we can narrow down their escape route to 3 possible locations. Which one do you think is the most likely? With the surrounding terrain and villages, I think they return via... Orosian, sea through Messel Dam, Northwest Highway through Ord or Remiferia. Nice thinking. Why are we quizzing new members? Is Van actually going to answer one of these himself, or is he just going to quiz everyone who joins him at least once? It seems like that's the case here, huh? Yes, because that means the Jaeger girl might end up joining, and retroactively graded. This route will open up too, even 4 times the options to get back home. Plus, it makes sense they'd want to go through another country to get the CID off their back. Now, if they took this route here, they most likely stopped off at Creil Village. Oh, hey. It's a farming village to the northwest known for its gorgeous rustic scenery. I've never been there myself, but it sounds like it rings a bell for you, Feri. Yeah, it's kind of like Van is kind of taking a similar role to Reen, being the teacher who's grading the quizzes. It does. Ida's told me about it before. She said that public transportation is well built there, even though it's so rural, so it's a good spot to resupply. And that I should come visit since the scenery is so pretty and the food's so good. I see. Oh. I think that solves it. Seriously, that thing is listening into our conversation and knows exactly how to where everything is. That's a little disturbing. There might be an AI in there. Tomorrow morning, we make for Creil. I can almost bet we'll find someone there. You can stay up in the 3rd floor for tonight. I'll give a heads up to our landlords. True to SP, because I answered correctly, okay?
Wow! Your truck is huge!
Oh yeah, she's a big girl.
$12 Ingert Nightbreaker pickup truck.
Of the 4 big car manufacturers in Calvard, Ingert's got the best rep when it comes to sports cars. This here's the best one they ever made, and I went ham tuning her up even further. You can see what I mean at the front, and in the suspension system where I've...
I can't follow a word you're saying, but it sure looks nice.
Should have known you wouldn't be able to appreciate a man's one true love. You want to tell me why women only want to date guys with rides but don't want to hear a word about said rides? Man. Careful painting all women with that excessively large brush you got there. Even if it's true that I don't care about cars at all. Well, whatever's tuning is, I'm sure it's made your truck look very cool. Oh, just get in and be quiet before you make me cry.
What's all this whining first thing in the morning?
Oh, you're the kind people who gave me food yesterday. Hey guys, did you really come all the way out here just to see us off?
Yeah. Mostly for Agnes. And Feri, but... Van too, I guess.
Aw, I heard that.
We also wanted to bring you this.
A recipe?
It's got sandwiches, milk, and coffee. I'm sure you haven't had much time for breakfast this morning.
Nice, thanks. Oh, you really shouldn't have. Thank you so much. And after you did so much for me yesterday, too. I really don't know how to thank you.
Oh, think nothing of it. Making a guest feel welcome is what a good host does. You would do the same in your home, too, wouldn't you?
Of course.
Kids your age gotta eat a lot to grow up big and strong. Keep an eye on them both, alright, Van?
Will do, and thanks for coming to see us off, Yumeis.
Have a safe trip.
Whoa, it's so fast! And it still manages to be such a smooth ride, too. I think I can see a little of why you're so proud of it, Van.
I'd really start to cry if you couldn't. We'll be out of the capital and on the northern highway in 10 or so. Then I'll show you how fast and smooth my baby can really be.
It can go even faster? Just try to keep it safe, please.
Still not sure you should have come along for the ride, Agnes. I know you've got 3 days off, but the new term started, didn't it? What, you got no work to do? I just didn't want to be the only one left out. The Genesis seem to be involved in this somehow, too, so it could be there's a role here that only I can play. And I applied for permission to be off campus for a few days last night, so don't worry, I'm not breaking any rules. You fought this through way too hard. Aramis has always been way too lax with rules for such a big-name academy. So if you're going to such a famous academy, why are you working for Mr. Arkride? Is it a part-time job? That's right, I've only just started, though. And I didn't have much say in the matter. Oh, and Farida, Van is fine. I'm getting paid for this, so you're my client. No need to be polite. But... okay, but only if you call me Feri. I'm sure, if that works for you. Heh. If you're 13, then you must attend Sunday school at the temple, right? Yeah, I started senior classes this year. They're a lot harder than what I'm used to. Oh, but the temples here aren't the same as the ones I know, I think. That's right, we have churches and chapels instead, though they serve the same purpose. But there are temples for worship in Calvard, too. You got Arusha, the Wind Goddess in Central East, and Adios, the Sky Goddess in the West. They're believed to be one and the same even if the names are different, though. She's even got another name if you go further east. Oh yeah, Ida told me about that. It feels like there's so much out there for me to learn. Heh. Still, it sounds like Ida taught you a lot. She did, not just about Fang, but about different places across the continent, what's popular in those places. I know this will sound weird after I've already asked you to find her, but I still can't believe her corpse would just disappear the way it did. They're all hardened Jaegers who have always been able to handle anything thrown in their way. Your friend from the CID called her a Flame Eater, didn't he? Yeah, pretty well known name among Jaegers. They say she uses surgical precision with knives and gunfire to cut through enemy morale and momentum. She joined Eisenchild 5 years ago after her old corpse disbanded, I think. That sounds about right. She was in another corpse.
She was. A really famous one, too. It was called Zephyr and was one of the 2 biggest Jaeger corps in the West. It was made up of a small number of combat specialists, the Jaeger King being its head. And Ida used to lead one of their units. But after the Jaeger King died 5 years ago, the whole corps fell apart. That was when she moved on to Eisenshield.
Shield. This is also interesting. I didn't realize Jaeger Corps could have such a rich history. Zephyr's still around, by the way, just in a different form. But yeah, the rep back in the day was something else. I can't see someone who used to be with him going down easily. So you think so too? But if she's fine, then why hasn't she made contact with the rest of her court? All this is making my head hurt. Don't worry, we'll find her for you. Even if she isn't in Creil, I'm sure we'll find some clue that will make us take us to her.
You told us how deep your bond with her goes. That alone will surely draw the 2 of you back together. Where there's a will, there's a way. And Van and I have the will to find you a way.
You mean it? Well, thank you. I'll be counting on you both.
Thinking about it, I might have had some indirect involvement with Ida 2 years back. She chose to go against her old home and help our side back then. Makes no sense that someone of her skill would up and vanish, and with a Genesis maybe involved. There's gotta be more to this than there seems. The only question is whether she went dark by her own volition. Fork in the road? Okay, we made a Creil. Wow, the scenery here is beautiful. Everything's so green. You get a view like this anywhere I live. Oh, there isn't much like this near the capital either. We haven't passed another car in ages. It makes it feel like we have the whole picturesque view to ourselves. That's how it goes on an old country road. But we're making good time. If we keep going like this, we'll be there in time for lunch. Something wrong, Van? Something's not right up ahead. Might be a kid, but you're not a KRUGA warrior for nothing, huh? I'm gonna pull over. Be ready for a fight. Alright. Whoa. Wait, didn't we see... why do buses always get surrounded? That bus has been surrounded by monsters. Wolves. I count 6, 7, 8. Well, I hate working for free. You can't say that. How can you stand by when there are people in danger? I know. Watch yourself if you're gonna pitch in. You're in or out, Feri?
What do you think? I'm in.
What is that?
It's a rifle blade used in our corps. I'll use it to keep both of you safe. Now, may Arusha watch over us!
Okay then, let's do this. Is this action mode or turn-based mode first? Okay, so we need to use... you need to use her ranged attacks, huh? Okay, I think... first off... no. I need to do something about Feri's orbment. It's not very good. Sadly, they did not give me a chance to actually upgrade her, huh?
Let's get to work.
I'm just gonna aggro every fucking person.
Someone save me!
No! No! Stay away from me!
Oh my goodness.
This.
Your charge attack's ready, you know.
Looks like a chest.
What do you mean there's a chest? Oh my goodness, we just aggroed everyone.
Right there.
This is getting silly.
Let's finish the job.
That's a lot of enemies.
Did I aggro all of them? Fuck, man, this is insane.
Would work here.
I'll round them up and scatter them.
Energy output at maximum.
Wait, I can move around during... What the heck is this? Yeah, controlling the camera is a little tricky.
Going all.
But I think everyone's targeted. Okay, we'll do that.
Activating skill.
Give me power. You're finished. Ignis. Rampage. A chance.
Boost gauge limit broken.
Did one of them die?
Certain arts will work better. Keep it up. It's working.
Dang, I wanted to get the sextuple kill, but these guys are too tanky for that.
Keep it up. Activating skill.
Take that.
That's a triple kill, but I wanted to kill 6 at once. I guess I should wait until way later in the game when I have like more, maybe better S boost options.
Arts will be more effective.
Dang it. A shame.
Keep it up. It's working. Boost. Go all out.
You can actually move around during S boost. Huh? Interesting.
Give them your all.
Brace yourself.
Yeah, it's actually a way you can reposition yourself in a jam.
Vandalize! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Hey, I got an achievement. Wait, what? Why is one of you still fucking alive? How the hell did you survive all that shit?
Right there. Let's make the
Fuck it. I don't understand how this happened, but whatever. Let's just regain some CP like this, huh?
Activating skill.
Have some more. A chance.
Give me my CP back, you jerk. Ugh. Well, that was slightly disappointing. Like, how did I not aggro all of them? What the heck? That's so weird. That was the last of them. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, getting the multi-kill might require me to wait until way later when I'm way stronger. I already know how good Van is, but I'm amazed at how fast you are, Feri. Are all warriors of KRUGA like that? No way, I'm still a rookie. Most of them are much better than me. And your arts were awesome, Anya. So is your staff. Oh, thank you. It's called an orbital staff, Anne. Come on now. Wish I knew what was up with those monsters. I was almost like... Hello, you free over there. You okay? Are you okay? We really owe you one. We had to pull over because of engine trouble, and the next thing we knew, we were surrounded. I have to say, you've got some incredible combat skills. Where are you, bracers? No, just ordinary passerbys. You work for West Calvard Transport, right? Let me give you my card. Arkride Solutions? I'm just a guy who helps people with their problems, not affiliated with the Bracer Guild. Even open to fighting monsters and stuff like I did just there, for a price. Wait. Van. Hate to come across like this, but you would have been screwed without us, right? So if you could let your company know that and have them foot the bill, that'd be great. What? But the police or guild would never. Well, we ain't cops or bracers, and you can't keep the lights on without a thank you. Not trying to scam you here, I just want a fair price for our service. We'll even escort you to town to finish the job. Wouldn't imagine you're in a rush to get attacked again on the road, are you? You got me there. So this is so inappropriate. I can see where you're coming from, but I don't think it's inappropriate at all. Where it's the water we drink or the security to see we're safe from harm. Nothing in life is free. I suppose so. I wonder if everyone from the Central East has such a practical mindset. Alright then, we'll hire you to take us down to Creil. And as soon as we arrive, I'll phone my boss. Sounds like a plan. Now come on, you two. Back in the truck. Okay. Oh, alright.
I wasn't expecting that to be how this ended. That young man's most certainly caught my attention.
September 7, 12:20 p.m. Creil Village. Hopefully they have some orbment station here, because Feri's orbment looks like crap right now.
Well now, isn't this a lovely village?
Even with the field battle system, I can't ignore that her current situation is less than ideal.
It's like an idyllic painting. Rolling hills amidst clear streams, a windmill turning with the wind, and a touch of Middle Ages architecture. The white flowers we saw in the wheat field were beautiful as well. They were buckwheat flowers, weren't they?
Good eye. Fun fact, the village uses them in their specialty dish, galette.
Oh, I've heard of those. Ida always says they make for a perfect lunch treat. I'm excited to finally visit this place.
Anyway, that bus is gonna be out of commission for a while, so why don't we grab some grub?
I hear the inn over there has the best food in the village. Well, we're chowing down. We can ask if Ida's unit dropped by there. Sound good? Yup. Then let's go inside, shall we? Wow, this egg is amazing, and the buckwheat has this pleasant fragrance as well. Even the side vegetables are delicious. Montmer has Creil's buckwheat too, but it's no surprise that it tastes even better here. Wait, they have orange and blackcurrant galettes on the menu. Hell yeah, I'm so ordering those. Oh, I think I'll do the same. I'll have some of those too. Maybe I'll order seconds and thirds. Sounds like you're all enjoying yourselves. Galettes are the pride of our village. No one makes them quite like us, so make sure you savor the flavor. And while you're at it, why don't you try some of the other items on the menu? We have vegetable galettes, smoked salmon, and seasonal fruits. Oh, and you'll definitely want to try our desserts. We serve some of the best caramel and ice cream you'll ever have. Oh, so many choices. Oh, is it bad I want to order one of everything? You got caramel and ice cream. I'll take 10 of each. Wait, hang on. We didn't come here to drown ourselves in food. We came to ask you about some questions. You work here a lot, right? Of course, my parents own the place, after all. You saved the people on that bus, right? Well, fire away then. I'll gladly answer any questions you have. Cool, so I need to link back to 10 days ago. Did any shady-looking people happen to stop by here? 10 days ago? I don't know if I can remember that far. Wait, actually, yes, there was a group of Jaegers staying here around then. I knew it. If you don't mind me asking, how did you know they were Jaegers? Did their attire give it away? Oh no, they were all wearing casual clothes. I just know a Jaeger when I see one. Our village is near the border of a few countries, so we get patrons like them from time to time. But as long as they pay their bills and don't cause trouble, they're just as welcome here as any of our guests. I suppose that's fair. This village is probably treated as a buffer zone between Jaegers. Racers are always buzzing around like flies, and there's a police station here. I've got a question for you. Was there a woman with that group of Jaegers? Yes, I remember there being one. I believe she was the leader. She had dark green hair tied back in a ponytail. Honestly, I thought she looked really cool. Yep, that's Ida, alright. It sounds like we're on the right track. Do you know what happened to them after that? Like, did they say where they were headed, for example? Normally I wouldn't share that kind of information out of respect for their privacy, but since you know them, I don't mind sharing what I know. They stayed here for one night and left first thing in the morning. I don't know where they were going, though, and I haven't seen them since. Wait, no, that isn't quite right. How, what do you mean? Have you seen one of them recently? Yes, I think so, actually. I'm pretty sure I saw that same woman 3 days ago. That's pretty recent. For real? So does that mean she's still in the village? I think that's doubtful, and honestly it was also pretty dark out when I saw her, so I might have been wrong. I didn't see any of her Jaeger friends either. You know, the more I talk about it, the more I realize I could have been totally mistaken. Sorry for getting your hopes up. Don't be sorry, it's still a lead worth investigating. We should ask around town and see if someone else caught sight of her too. You've been a big help. I'll order one of the sweeter galettes later as thanks. Heh, I'll hold you to that. I won't pry into your business, but I do hope you enjoy your stay in our village. Alright gang, it's info gathering time. The goal is to determine if Ida really was here 3 days ago. If luck's on our side, we'll get some good information in no time. Fingers crossed. Alright, let's get started, shall we? I'm headed to Feri for a business meeting regarding nutritional supplements. I was worried that this would throw a wrench in things, but thankfully I got to make some calls at the inn. My hosts in Feri were very understanding. Sometimes I wish my boss would be like that. Oh well. At any rate, it looks like this detour isn't all for naught. Who knows what more I'll find. We get plenty of those flavorful types around here, so I guess I gotten used to it. Who knows, maybe that lady and I would have gotten along had I gotten the chance to talk with her. Oh right, if you happen to need some orbment work done, we can help you out with that. Our workshop's every bit as good as the big boys. The boss has his hands full with the bus, but my friend works there as his understudy. She's pretty good. Thanks for coming. How do you like the galettes? I've got my signature dish on the menu this evening, so if you're gonna stay the night, drop by here for dinner, yeah? I guess this was pretty scary for those passengers, but I think they'll be able to relax now with their stomachs full.
Take as long as you need.
Out of battle only, huh? Creil Village has its own sort of charm, don't you think? I might as well take in the sights and sounds some more while we're stopped here. I don't really make plans while I travel. I like to just let things happen to me, so I don't mind a chance to learn about new people and places. Do you know that green-haired passenger by any chance? He really caught my eye. It's not often you find a suave urban type like him around here. I wanted to chat with him, but he's disappeared on me. Maybe he ran over the inn would know where he's gone. I'll have to ask when I get the chance. I just came back from a little fishing trip. Did something happen? I hope it's not too dangerous outside the village now. Anyway, I'll be heading back to the capital tomorrow evening. Gotta make the best of these local fishing spots while I got the time. I've been back on the fishing train as of late. Some of my friends got me back into it. I decided to bike out here for some fresh air and fresh fish, and boy did this place deliver.
I hope that bus makes it back safe and sound.
If something happens to it, it's just more work and Mira for us.
Van, please don't wish for people's misfortune.
Of all the times for monsters to crop up, though, I keep hearing one on the news about how there are fewer and fewer of them, and yet there they were. I never imagined I'd come face to face with one. Oh right, I did remember to get in touch with the company about compensating you. It's looking like they'll be working on the bus well after sundown. I can only hope they get it fixed in time. We were bound for Feri before we got derailed. We still have ways to go after crossing the border. Driving at night is too dangerous. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to get back to the road. If we can save the night here at least. Sorry, can't talk much right now. Need to fix up the bus here. My apprentice, kinda, she's over in the factory. She can help you out if you need something. She's still learning, but you wouldn't know it looking at her. She can get your orbment sorted out in a jiffy. I appreciate it, actually. It'd be nice for her to get some real-world experience. My factory's over around the back side of the church. My apprentice should be there running the store, so she can help you with whatever you need. Alright, we've got weapons too. Just basic stuff, though. If you've got a use for them, you can take that stuff off her hands. Hope we can get some good gear for Feri. Her current gear sucks. Oh, I'm good, I swear. Never mind, it's nothing. Please, pay me no mind. Huh, Fei was giving me a funny look there. He seems quite on edge. Do you know him from somewhere? Never seen the guy in my life. This guy could... What if he's secretly a criminal? Dude's a bit fishy, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Let's leave him be for now. Why? Why are they out here? They can't be, can they? I don't want to cross him. He's not your average guy. Dude's rubbing me the wrong way. Sounds like he's got something to hide. I'll keep him in my peripheral. I wonder if there are more people like him in the big city. I can't wait to move there already. Wait for me, you dashing yuppies, you. Oh, mister, you were talking about helping people out with jobs around the village. Are you a bracer? I want to be a bracer too. Huh, I give off that vibe? Good to know I can pull that off. Wait, so you're not? Actually, yeah, on second thought, you'd be kind of cold and creepy for a bracer. Here I was thinking I could ask you about the main guild branch of the capital. Well, I work in the capital, and I do poke my head in there for work sometimes. Why are you thinking about visiting? Yeah, I am. I don't want to just talk the talk. I want to go learn about the guild and how to join it. The sooner the better. Do you know anything about how to join? Well, as far as I know, they don't really do tours or tryout days or that kind of stuff. You just walk in and say, hey, I want to be a bracer, and if they got room, they'll train you. Hell, you could probably walk in right now, as long as they're not too busy. Really? I better hurry, then. I don't want to miss out. But don't you have to be a certain age to be a bracer? Thanks, mister. I want to visit as soon as I can. Man, Annie's really mature for her age. It's the way she's always looking after her brother, you know? That kid's a handful, but she keeps him in check. People say she's soft and stuff, but I think she's just humble. She's really strong when she wants to be. I want to grow up to be strong too. For her, I mean. Everyone's sake. Hold on. I swear I know you from somewhere. Have you dropped by our store before? The one right over there? Nope, never been. Really? Could've sworn I... Oh wait, you frequent that bistro in Edith's old town, right? They source some of their produce from us, and I'm the delivery guy. Small world, huh? Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I remember seeing your truck before. So the old man gets his veggies from all the way out here, huh? Quite a hike. That it is. I've been working this job for about a year now. I never got the chance to say hi in Edith, but if we run into each other again, feel free to chat me up. It's always nice to meet customers, clients, and customers of clients, huh? It's tough work though, not gonna lie. I get now why my parents prioritized finding a job they loved over a job that paid. Oh, sorry, I was just lost in thought there. Now, I don't think I've seen you around. Are you a traveler or did I just forget your face? Oh, don't mind us, Pops. We're just asking around about some stuff. You remember anything about a group of Jaegers who stopped by a while back? Jaegers? Well, yes, that does ring a bell. Some of them came by the shop, I think. That was the week before. Oh, no, never mind. I think that was someone else. The more I try to remember, the more foggy it gets. I don't think I'll be much help. Sorry. Now, don't sweat it. We'll loop back with you later. Sometimes it just pops back into your head like that, you know? I'm sorry, youngin'. I'm just too much of an old fogey to remember things clearly. I've been really foggy lately. Sometimes I can remember if I think on it real hard, but still. But I can still work out a cash register, eh? Just tell me what you need, I'll get it for you.
Hello?
I already have... Oh, canvas tote. For Anya's. Oh, wait. Oh, if I actually... Man, if I farm U materials, I can actually upgrade some of my quartz early. Or would it be better to save my U materials and just spend Sepith instead? I can give it now, but there's no point, right? There's no point in doing it later, I guess. I'm not sure. Come on, Kent, let's go home, okay? I think Nero's anxious. Maybe he wants to sleep. Oh, I want to stay outside. There are so many new people to play with. Ooh, Annie, there's a crab. You get way too excited, Kent. Something about that old man really scared me. I wonder what he was doing all the way out here in the village. Hi there, Mr. Crab. You don't mind if I catch you, right? Oh, I bet Annie and Nero will flip when I show him. Mrrr. What's wrong, Nero? Usually you're running around a lot more. Rawr. Nero looks kind of stressed out, so I'm gonna bring him home. Kent just has so much energy. We have to drag him back inside whenever we play. Oh, you must have come on the bus. I don't believe we've met. If you need anything while you're here, I'll help however I can as the village mayor. We've been getting more tourists and travelers around this neck of the woods. I've been spending more of my time chatting them lately. We're a simple farming town, as you can see, though some of us do trek out to the city to deliver produce and spread the good word. At any rate, I'll see what I can do to help sort this business out. For now, make yourselves at home here and try to decompress. I should talk to the driver when I get a free moment. This sort of thing isn't unprecedented, given our village lies on a busy continental international route. Hello there, are you here from the capital? We see more and more tourists coming out here from the capital nowadays. Maybe it's our produce deliveries, or maybe it's the atmosphere. Either way, we're sort of making a name for ourselves. My husband's really emphasized trade in his time as mayor. We even made delivery deals reaching as far as Crossbell. I think his efforts are really paying off. We're getting some wonderful word of mouth out there.
Whoa! That huge thing's turning just from the wind?
I've never seen one of these up close in person before.
Curious about the windmill, are you? This here is my priced grain thresher. It does its job pretty well. Veggies and galettes are well and good, but they say bread and butter for a reason. We're part of the Republic's breadbasket with the wheat we produce.
Well,
And though crops of any kind are a welcome sight, we especially just feels gratifying. Gazing out upon that sea of golden grains, picturing the wonderful loaves they'll make, it just makes your heart soar. Or it does mine, at least. And you can't make beer without the right grains, after all, huh? I know my ancestors came here from the east. Apparently they were pretty big blacksmiths back in the day. Kaina was really into that stuff growing up, but now she's gone and joined the factory instead so she can be a real professional. More power to her, I say, but all this newfangled factory stuff is a far cry from the smiths of old. Never been any good with machinery myself. About all I can handle is the farming equipment. Guys say I'm a natural, but I think they're just flattering me. How did you find our galettes? Not a lot of people know that their unique taste comes from the traditionally Eastern flour we use. From what I hear, my family imported buckwheat flour to the village from the east. My husband and I managed a buckwheat mill here in Creil. I don't do so for tradition's sake, though more than anything. I'm just happy to contribute to our village's specialty. Welcome to the Creil Chapel. Oh, something the matter? Oh no, are you from the Central East by chance? It was just a little weird seeing someone like you out here. Some do find it strange, yes. Central Eastern though I may be, I was born and raised here in Creil. I did make my pilgrimage to the Holy City for training. I was approached to serve in temples there, but the Holy City wasn't where my heart was. I wanted to come back here, to serve this village I call home. Makes sense. A lot of hometown pride, huh? Looking back on it, I noticed a bunch of immigrants here, and they all just mesh together. Indeed, Creil is a tight-knit place. It's hard to be a stranger here. Our sense of community binds us closer together than any color or creed. This village really does feel like one big family. It's like everyone knows each other. It almost feels like home to me. It was difficult convincing my mentor to let me practice back at my hometown, but she understands now how important Creil is to me. I owe much to her from my time in the Holy City. I do hope I can see her again soon. Welcome to this Creil Chapel. I don't believe we've met. Might you be travelers then? I do hope you enjoy your stay here. I heard there was some sort of accident nearby, but I don't believe it's much to worry about. Are you here to see the ruins by any chance? You can find them in the hills nearby. It's not quite as well known as archaeological sites, so you're likely to get the area all to yourself if you choose to visit.
Okay.
I've made the trip out there a few times myself, albeit on official church business. It's quite a curious spot indeed. You'll see this series of pillars placed in a very deliberate pattern. Supposedly Aramis of old paid tribute to their patron deities there. As it happens, they discovered a giant stone there around 20 years ago. I happened to be there for it. Alright, time to wrap this up. Come to think of it, I saw Kent and Annie playing down the river today. Now Kent's unstoppable, I tell ya. Annie though, she's nothing like him. I love them both to death, of course, just when you see how different they ended up. Hello there, how may I help you? Our veggies are still good in the city, of course, just not as fresh. They're best when you buy them here straight from the farm. I sell produce direct from the farmers, so you're getting the freshest possible veggies. Oh, and just so you're aware, I have a few sweets in stock as well. I started baking cookies for fun a little while ago. It's nice to be able to use the village's own produce for cooking.
Why, hello.
Buckwheat cookie. Pardon me. I've heard that you take jobs like bracers do, yes? I've got a bit of a problem, and I need some help. Will you be willing to hear me out? Sure, but bear in mind I ain't a bracer. I do a job if I feel like it. And I charge more than they do, too. You good with that? Of course, just as long as the price is still reasonable. Easy, don't need to charge you too much. It'll just depend on how complicated the job is. Thank you very much. You see, I'm stumped on what to do. I've been trying to make soba noodles, and they're just not turning out right. Someone from the city like yourself might know what I'm doing wrong. Soba noodles. A dish made from buckwheat flour kneaded and cut into noodles. I recall from a book that soba noodles are popular in Eastern cuisine, Far Eastern specifically. Bingo, you two ever had any by chance? It's popular street food back in the capital. How's it spans for sure? Pretty simple to make, but it's got a really deep flavor and it smells like nothing else. Is it really? Dang it, now I'm hungry. I felt the same when the mayor told me about it the other day. So I figured I might as well try to make some myself for the Harvest Festival. I went around and asked the villagers for advice since some of them do know about those sorts of recipes. But well, it's been a bit of a flop. I haven't been able to get the flavors right. The Harvest Festival, I think I read an article about it in the paper. Right, now I remember, they celebrate every autumn, right? That would mean this year is right around the corner. So I ain't exactly a cook, but I can try and give you some pointers based on the soba I've had in the capital. I think that would be a big help since you have that point of reference. Hearing about new experiences from new people is really interesting to me. Thank you for hearing me out. Your thoughts, man? She's eager for help, but... Except... Not really a job for a spriggan, but we've got the time. Alright, I'll take it on. I always make sure to do the job right, so I want some good soba out of this. Oh, thank you so much. I'll do my best. I'm getting excited for some noodles myself. So where do we start with this? Good question. So you said you tried to make some, and it didn't go as so hot. What about them didn't turn out right? Well, the flavor was off, and so was the appearance. The dough turned out powdery when I was cutting it, like it wasn't put together very well. It took me so much effort to cut it that I just sort of mangled the dough. The result didn't even look like noodles. The outside was all soggy and wet, but the inside was still chalky. It didn't soak evenly at all. That implies something might have gone wrong when making the dough. Perhaps there's more to making it than ordinary bread dough. And then the flavoring sauce. I tried to mix it up and make a flavor more familiar to the villagers here. So I ended up using basil as my base. It wasn't inedible per se, but it just didn't seem quite right. Yeah, sounds like you left before you looked there. Best to stick to the recipe. Well, yes, you're right. So there's a lot to unpack here. But before we can dive in, we'll need to figure out how to make the stuff ourselves. So you said you learned about the dish from some of the villagers, right? Oh yes, mostly from Mayor Wang and Motona. They were a great help. Both can trace their roots to the east, so they had a general idea of how the recipe went. Well, that's as good a place to start as any. Feel free to kill some time until we're done asking around. Of course, thank you for your help.
Okay, time to get to work.
Topic. Press X to talk to them about specific topics, huh? Okay, bring up topic.
Can we talk?
Oh, you mean that recipe Giovanna asked about? Admittedly, I'm not too familiar with the recipe itself, but I know plenty about its ingredients. Buckwheat is my specialty. That's been passed down my family tree for generations. As millers, we know our wheat. Really now, that's wild. Guess I shouldn't be too surprised though, what with the galettes being the big thing here. Yep. It was my family that first imported buckwheat flour to the village, in fact. So I dare say it's in my blood. So how do you make buckwheat dough? There are two main ways you can do it. The simpler way is to just use only buckwheat flour. That's called 100% dough. The second is to mix buckwheat flour with standard wheat flour. You can play around with the ratio of buckwheat to wheat, and that can change the dough pretty significantly. The most common ratio is 8% dough. That's 8% buckwheat, 20% wheat. So the way you make the dough isn't always the same. There's more to this than I thought. The more buckwheat you have in the dough, the easier it dries out. So working with higher buckwheat ratios takes more skill, especially when you're kneading it. That's about the gist of it. A lot more complicated than I gave it credit for. Thanks for a crash course. My pleasure. Give my regards to Giovanna, will you? Let's give it a crack and see what we come up with. Right. I see, I don't mark all the people I need for the quest on the map. I have to look for them myself.
Can we talk?
Oh, is this about Giovanna's soba efforts? I'm sorry to hear that she's having trouble with it. But I do appreciate you helping her. I hope she gets the recipe just right. Well, the field's not my forte, but I make sure I always do the job right. You can leave it to us. That's the spirit, young man. As for the soba, I can give some insight on the sauce if you like. My mother was born quite far to the east. She became skilled at preparing their cuisine growing up. From what I remember, soba sauce is made by first preparing a base soup stock, then adding the flavor of the choice to it. Can you tell us more? The flavoring is a blend of various spices and sauces, usually local to the area. When the blend is finished, you mix it into the soup stock. Soba stock would traditionally use kelp or dried bonito, to my knowledge. But there are many other bases you can use. Dried vegetables, mushrooms, sardines, and the like. Really, anything goes as long as it tastes good. So you can personalize the flavor of the soba that way, I see. But kelp and bonito don't appear to be common ingredients here. At least I'm not particularly familiar with them. Probably bigger out in the east. I see, we can probably use stuff more common around here instead. So what should we make this soup stock out of? Giovanna mentioned basil. Basil would work in a pinch, sure. But I'm thinking if we want to really make the soba pop, we should get something stronger. Seafood's a good bet. We'll just need something we can find around here. Shrimp, maybe? Think we could get some of that? As it so happens, some of our merchants do carry that. Shrimp is common in Eastern cuisine, so you should be able to find some from specialty merchants. I think I have some in my house, in fact. If you'd like it, you only need to ask. Perfect. Hopefully we don't raid your pantry, but if we do, we'll let you know. Nice, our ingredients are secured. Secured indeed. Mission accomplished, heh. Thank you for your help, Mayor Wang. Oh, my pleasure. I see some wonderful soba in my future. Okay, that should be good enough. I think we have a good grasp on the subject now. So do we go back to Giovanna's now? Actually, I think we're still missing something. Oh, and what would that something be? A secret spice, that's what. Nothing wrong with sticking to the basics, but I say if we're making our own, we put a little spin on it. Something off the beaten path, you know? Maybe something that grows around here. How about local plants? We could probably find some stuff down by the creek. I'm not sure what you mean, but you sound really confident about it. I trust you on this one. Cool, if we don't find anything, no biggie. Oh, look at this right here. It's a weed or something. Is that even edible? I don't believe I've seen a plant like this before. Heh, yeah, this here is what's called a fresh ingredient. See, Slickers, take note. They aren't common in the Central East, so I imagine you don't see any out there either. Van took the plant by the stem and plucked it. Now, Far Eastern spice recipes call for wasabi. And while this ain't the same thing, it's still called mountain wasabi, and for good reason. Packs a hell of a kick. So yeah, this will do just fine. You shred this up, grind it into a paste, and bam, instant winner. I see, so this is what raw horseradish looks like. Interesting. So this is similar to other kinds of radishes. Oh boy, you don't want to eat this like other radishes. No, might as well kiss your tongue goodbye if you do. Is it really that strong? I'm not a picky eater, you know. I can take it. Heh, now I'm eager to try horseradish and soba noodles both. I think that about does it then. Let's bring Giovanna back up to speed. Obtain horseradish. Yo, we picked up on a lot of stuff from the villagers. Oh, thank you very much. If possible, I'd like to try and make another batch, and you can guide me as I'm making them. Will that work for you? Teach. Sure thing. Thank you. Let's move to my kitchen. Oh heavens, I forgot. My house is just a mess right now. I'm sorry, could you give me just a minute to clean up? What timing? If you're in need of a kitchen, mine is ready and waiting. Oh, Mayor Wang. I thought I'd stop by and see how things were going. Good that I did. Best to strike while the iron's hot, no? You'd be welcome to use my kitchen instead of cleaning yours up first. Oh, thank you so much. I'll gladly accept. Let's head for the mayor's house, then. I'll just need to stop by my house real quick to grab some cookware and ingredients. Sure, we'll help you carry whatever you need. This is getting really exciting. I do look forward to these noodles we'll make. Well, make yourselves at home. My husband told me that you'll be borrowing our kitchen. Help yourselves to whatever you might need. We'll be upstairs if you need anything from us. Don't hesitate to bug us if you run into trouble. I'm looking forward to seeing how your noodles come out. Thank you both so much. I promise they'll be worth the wait. Now then, we have the kitchen, we have the ingredients. All that's left is to put it all together. Do let me know if anything seems off to you. I'm counting on you. Sounds good. Glad to help. Ooh, I can't wait. So first and foremost, the dough. Remember that you can use 100% buckwheat or you can substitute wheat to make a ratio if you're choosing. At the time I figured, well, the more buckwheat the merrier, so I just went all in with that. So you went for 100%. I did, yes. Should we stick with 100% dough then? Buck the trend. Not to be pushy, but I think a lower ratio would be better, like 80-20. Motona was telling me about how 100% dough is really tricky to work with. Dries out before you know it. So adding some standard wheat into the mix should help when you're kneading it. I see, well that does make sense. Let's go ahead and do 80% buckwheat then. Now to knead it. Oh goodness, you're right. It's so much more hydrated than before. This is much easier. This should hold up better when I cut it. I think the ratio really was a secret. Smells good too. It's looking great already. I'm excited to see the complete dish. Right, onto the sauce now. I think the stock was where I went wrong last time. I tried using basil and it didn't turn out very well. What would you recommend instead? Shrimp. Let's try using shrimp this time. Maybe Mayor said he had some in his pantry. Don't imagine they'll have a problem with us borrowing some, as long as we offer them a bowl. Shrimp? I see. Let's try that then. I'll go and find the shrimp for her. I'll keep an eye on the pot for when it starts boiling. Van and company made themselves busy helping Giovanna with the noodles. Under their watchful eyes, the dish was finally assembled. Oh no, this is superb. The smell alone makes my mouth water. So these are proper soba noodles. I've never had them before, but they look scrumptious. And I'm flattered. I couldn't have done it without all your help. Now let's see how it tastes, shall we? Hell yeah, man, I'm starving. Thank you for treating us. Thanks. Van Company dug right in, okay. Oh wow. It tastes really funny, but in a good way. It's delicious. Can I have a second, please? Oh yeah, the hint of shrimp with that earthy note from the buckwheat. That right there is a winner. 5 stars, I wolf them down again. I can really taste the natural flavor in this dish. This is almost like a sample of the entire region. You mentioned this was a Far Eastern recipe. This stands out even among them. It's unlike anything I've ever eaten before. I really wasn't expecting the flavor profile to be so complex. It turned out simply wonderful. This does bring me back. The taste is always so comforting to me no matter how long I go between bowls. I dare say you've mastered this recipe. Make sure you try some of the horseradish too, hey? It's freshly shredded, so it'll really light up your taste buds. Okay, oh, good point. I might as well give it a try, but don't put too much on it at once. I wonder how it might complement the noodles. You told us just a little bit, right? I don't see the harm in adding a little more. I can take the spiciest of Central Eastern recipes, so this will be cake. Agnes and Feri decided to try the horseradish with their noodles. What is that? It's not just spicy. I can't even taste the noodles anymore. I really don't like that. I prefer the noodles by themselves. Goodness, this is strong indeed. I imagine that's to do with how fresh it is. It's acidic at first. The aftertaste is quite pleasant. I can see the appeal. It's just an acquired taste. Yep, it's a very mature flavor. Not for the faint of heart, but once you try it, it hooks you. You don't like it, though, that ain't a problem. You can just have it as is instead. The buckwheat's plenty flavorful on its own. Look, why do I feel like I just lost a fight? Van is quite the seasoned eater, isn't he? There's something admirable about that. Appetites thoroughly whetted, the group made quick work of their soba noodles. Thank you all so much. I'm glad I was able to do the recipe justice. Now I just need to practice it so that come festival time, it'll be even tastier. I'm looking forward to it. I'm glad I got to try Far Eastern cuisine for myself. This really was delicious. Thank you very much for the meal, Giovanna.
All in a day's work.
2 SP.
Mira deposit confirmed.
And I'm pretty sure I only get law here. Yeah, this was a very lawful quest. I did tell Motona and Gonzalez about the soba. I still have plenty of leftovers, so they're welcome to taste too. With practice, I'm sure I'll make some wonderful noodles in the time for the festival. Let's hit the orbital factory first. I need to upgrade Feri before doing actual battle. Welcome. Oh, you must be the travelers I've heard about. How can I help you? Anything you need done with your orbments? Maintenance, maybe? You just leave it to me. I'm no greenhorn despite what the boss says. Thanks, we might hit you up for that in a bit, but right now I want to ask you some questions. You recall seeing a band of Jaegers come by around 10 days ago? Jaegers? Actually, yeah. I think I saw the boss talking to this Jaeger-looking girl. That would have been, what, the night before last? Yeah, pretty sure. I'm guessing she needed work done on her weapon, or some supplies maybe. No, I think it might have been something else. She asked to borrow our truck. So I think she was doing some hauling that night. Hauling what? I don't know. Yeah, that is odd. Coming out alone under the cover of darkness just to haul stuff around. I know, right? It made me awfully curious. At the time, I thought, like, maybe she just needs some tools or equipment or something. Maybe for fixing up their guns or other stuff. Good to know, thanks. The people at the inn said she came through 3 days ago. But then she came back the following night because she talked to the factory boss the night before last. I wanted to help repair the bus, but the boss said no. He ended up working on it by himself. I mean, I like to think I'm no greenhorn anymore. He trusts me to go out and buy materials we need even. But I want to do more than that. I want to do something big, like building my own machines from scratch or putting aftermarket mods on something. But well, maybe I really am rushing it. I don't know what I don't know.
What do you need?
Oh wait, these are actually upgrades. So you were the guys who saved those passengers. You have my links. No prob. Hey, you mind if I ask you a few questions? I'm trying to look into the attack myself. I see. I do appreciate your help, but I'm not sure I want to get wrapped up in that whole situation myself. Oh, you'll be fine. Real jiffy, I promise. In full disclosure here, we're acting on the authority of a certain intelligence department. Wait, what? What? You don't mean a CID? Let's just say I got the big boys on speed dial. Technically, yes. Wait, what is he talking about? He's very good at stretching the truth. He's not technically lying, but... well, I suppose it won't kill me. What do you want to ask about? Right, so we're looking into this band of Jaegers that blew through the town maybe 10-ish days ago. We're thinking they might have come back recently. You seen anything that fits the description? Yeah, actually, I do recall bumping into a shady woman loitering around here. She was in the area alone on my patrol 3 nights ago. I saw her again the following night. That has to be her. You said she was alone. She was, yeah, I found that strange myself. And that she only showed up at night made her more suspicious. I see. Do you know what her motive might have been? I can't say for certain. None of the villagers reported assault or stolen goods at the time. And it's not unheard of for Jaegers to stop here for supplies. I don't see any criminal intent in her behavior, suspicious though it was. Fair enough. I guess she stands out just by being a Jaeger, even if she ain't causing trouble. What do we do now that she came back twice after our unit came through? We really don't see monster attacks much, especially not on buses. I'll make sure to relay that to my superiors, so monsters are usually the Bracers' problems anyway. There should be one coming down for a patrol soon, so hopefully they can clean things up. Who knows, maybe it'll be Beauty's Blade or some other big shot. Wanger. Puff's been on edge lately. Just got back from a hunt and I heard the news. You're telling me monsters attacked a bus? Yeah, it was rolling by the village and it just got jumped. We fought them off though, no injuries to the passengers. Good, good. They were lucky to have you there. Something about that attack rubs me the wrong way. I noticed the monsters were acting all sorts of weird out on my hunts. Oh, you've seen them firsthand? What specifically was strange about them? So I run these packs of wolves around the village sometimes, and I've noticed I'm getting a lot more territorial lately. I can't really call it violent or aggressive though. It feels like something else. So the monsters are on edge, scared or otherwise acting up. That's what I'm noticing. Yeah, it doesn't feel like anger. It feels like fear. I don't know what could be rattling them so hard though. They hadn't been causing trouble until now. Y'all watch yourselves out there. Don't mean to nag ya though. Don't you need me to remind ya? Oh no, by all means, thank you for the warning. Take care on your hunts. So Van, does that mean... Maybe, we didn't know for sure that the wolves that hounded the bus were acting on the same way. All we know, it could have been something else. But that's a good guess, so let's keep it in mind.
Alright, let's go monster hunting. To the highway we go!
Look, a real windmill! Shouldn't we talk to some more people before we head out?
Like who? Oh shoot, is there a quest?
Nah, we've gotten every scrap of info they have to give.
I want to get to the bottom of this myself. Don't I need to tell you, but y'all be careful out there, too. Thief! Thief! He stole my bike, the bastard! Are you alright? Yeah, I'm okay. Just this guy came walking up to me just now, middle-aged, but I couldn't really catch his face. He muttered something about needing to get away in a hurry, and then he nicked my bike. So, it's more than a bike to me. He's gonna pay for this. That's just incorrigible. Van, we should give chase. But wait, wouldn't this count as a job? Do we need to get an agreement first? Normally this would be a police work, normally. But who knows how long their response time might be. We're right here and they're not. Yo, got a sec? We're a group called Arkride Solutions. I can get your bike back for a price. Or what kind of price? Oh, you're the ones who saved the bus from those monsters, aren't you? Then yes, please, I'll hire you. That bike means the world to me. We've crisscrossed the whole country together on my fishing trips. If you can catch up to him and get it back, then I'll pay you whatever you want. I don't have much, but I won't have anything without my bike. Let's go then. Well, I was thinking about scouring the highway anyway. Convenient little excuse we got here. Let's hit the road, gang. Might still be able to catch him on foot. Okay, let's be off.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Burgled bike. This road is surrounded by so much natural beauty, and the air is so crisp and fresh. It's too bad the monsters here and there are spoiling such lovely scenery. On the plus side, they don't seem as riled up as they did when they attacked that bus. As long as we don't go out of our way to provoke them, I don't think there'll be a problem. I agree, just be aware that it could change at any moment. I don't think enough time's passed since the bus isn't for us to let our guards down here. Stay alert. We will. How cluttered is it? Change your party formation. Press X to change battle commands. Disperse, focus, defend. Battle commands. Set where characters are at the start of a command battle. Yeah, those two would probably be better as rear, I guess. EP2.
I'm on it.
Your charge attack's ready, you know.
Right there. Yeah. There. That's it. Now, let's make the Feri be lightning quick.
A boost would work here. Activating skill.
Have some more.
Van! Use it, give him your all. Here's some extra. Van, I'm on it. Fire!
Your charge attack's ready, you know.
Okay, that worked.
Combat finished. Gathering data.
Yeah, I'm on it.
Your charge attack's ready, you know.
Fire! There!
Here goes. There! They're down!
Good chance to deploy shard! Unleashing shard strike!
Gotcha! Okay.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand! Attack their weakness with an art!
Here goes!
Nice! That went great!
You're a true professional, Van.
So,
what's the verdict? Find anything strange?
That one felt pretty good.
You did perfect, Feri.
Nope, nothing that fit the hunter's description anyway.
Let's try searching around just a little more.
Bomb.
Feri?
Open up. Got Sepith. Reviving Balm. Twinkling Ring. Prevent Blind. Okay. EB Charge 2.
Treasure chest!
Rot. Earth type. Times 3. Weapon line only. And extra line. Okay. Might be good for Van. He's got a lot of Earth slots.
Enemy suppressed! Nice work!
Looks like a chest.
Sepith Mass. Check the bike. Do you think this is that man's stolen bicycle? That's what I put my money on. It sure wasn't here when we passed in the truck. It looks to be partially damaged, unfortunately. But at least we can recover it for him. Now I'm just curious what happened to the man who stole it. Yeah, the owner told us the thief said he mentioned needing to run away from something, didn't he? Then why would he just discard it here? I'm guessing something happened that they weren't counting on. This might be a peaceful area, but there's still monsters around. It ain't hard to guess what could have happened. That sounded like a wolf howling. I can sense a bunch of monsters around a single point a little ways away. Do you think the bicycle thief is under attack? Could well be. Let's get a move on the direction that we heard that howl from. I think we need to speak with the thief before we can call this case closed. Let's hurry. Rough. Well, this is a mess. It looks like they're fighting over who gets to eat him. What? Who are you? Oh, look, I care who you are. Just help me, please. They just came at me all of a sudden. They're gonna eat heavy for... Keep your voice down. You'll just provoke them. What? We're surrounded. Eek. Not good. Are you okay? Not more wolves. There's something off about them. What? Half of the wolves just ran away. Rough. It looks like the other half aren't going to back down so easily, though. Something's really got them in a frenzy. And just look at how red their eyes are. I want us to know what's happened to make them this way, but they aren't going to wait for us to find out. At least we don't have to deal with as many of them as I thought. Let's do this.
Activating shards!
They got the first move? Bruh.
You'll pay for that.
Use a shard boost to get the upper hand!
Okay.
Keep it up! It's working!
You should probably just do coin bullet shit again. Yeah. Like that.
Activating skill!
Over here! All for you!
Perfect chance!
Okay.
A boost would work here.
Going all in.
Activating skill.
Target locked! You're trapped! A chance!
Delayed one of them, huh? Hydro cannon.
There! Yes!
Ah!
I'll take you on!
Well, that's inconvenient.
Time to go all out!
Certain arts will be more effective.
Keep it up! It's working!
Full boost! Go all out!
Okay, this allows me to move around as well.
Give them your all!
Time for the main event! Vandalize! Raid!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
Got him. Whew, that takes care of them. I apologize if I'm wrong, but did you recently steal a bicycle? If you did, we'd like to ask you a few questions. Yeah, that's me. Go ahead, I'm not gonna try and fight you. What? A boss dog? That looks like a Jaeger dog. What was that? Between the wolves that attacked that bus and the ones we just had to fight, something's definitely not right here. It's like they're being controlled by fear somehow, but I just can't put my finger on it. Are you alright, Van? We still haven't questioned our suspect. Oh, right. We're Arkride Solutions. We're here on behalf of a guy who had his bike stolen. We managed to recover it, but I don't think just getting that back is going to satisfy our client. Why'd you steal it at all? Come on, fess up. What? Don't play dumb with me. There's no way you're here on behalf of that guy. You came to Creil to shake some mirror out of me, didn't you? What are you talking about? Did this guy get infected by an echo from Dustborn? Do you know him, Van? Nope. I know he was on a bus, but I never met him before that. What's going on? What? That's what I want to know. Then you're not a debt collector from the companies I owe money to, really? Nope, we're Arkride Solutions, like I just said. I'm not going to say we never do debt collection work, but we haven't been asked to come for you, that's for sure. Oh, Adios, what a relief. I did all that for nothing. So the reason you stole that bicycle is because you assumed Van was a debt collector and wanted to run away from him. Yeah, I borrowed a lot of money from a bunch of different places over the years. It's gotten to the point where I'm too deep to get out. So I figured my only hope was to flee abroad. That's how I ended up on that bus. But I saw you as soon as we arrived in Creil, and I could tell you were a pro. I was convinced that you had to be someone who'd come to collect my debts. After that, I was just looking for an opportunity to flee as far away as possible. And when that opportunity presented itself, you stole some guy's bike and rode off, only to get surrounded by monsters immediately after. Well, I'm glad we were able to clear up that misunderstanding between us. How about we go back to the village for now, then? There's no guarantee that more monsters won't come for us, and we need to return that bicycle to its owner. I think that's a good idea. Don't try and run away from us again, you hear? I won't. I doubt I could escape from you guys even if I wanted to. And off we go. Hey, is everyone alright? Kyle, I didn't expect you to leave the village. You really were swaying over that bike, huh? Though I'd be the same if it was my truck, so I can't say I don't get how you feel. I think that about sums up all that happened. Your bicycle is now officially back in your hands, even if it is a little worse for wear. Well, thank you so much. I'm just happy to have it back. I'm glad we were able to help you. Oh right, I need to ask about how much you charge. I hope I've got enough to cover your costs. If it'll cost more than about 20,000 mirror, I might need to pay in installments. We don't charge anywhere near that. We're not here to rip you off, you know? We're a little more expensive than the Bracer Guild, but we only charge for time spent and necessary expenses. Really? What a relief. You're clearly really good at what you do, so I thought you'd charge an arm and leg. I'll make sure to wire you your money later then. Right, then it's time to talk about what to do about our friend here. How do you want us to handle this? If you've got any requests, we're all yours. I really am sorry for stealing it. It was all just a stupid misunderstanding on my part. I know. How about I pay these guys in your place? It might take me a while to gather the money, though. So please, give the guy a break. Well, if he means what he says, my heart says to forgive him. It feels like he shouldn't get off almost completely scot-free after stealing someone's property, though. You don't have any good ideas on what to do in a situation like this, do you? Oh no. I can't think of anything off the top of my head. I know how we'd handle it as warriors, but I know it's not the same here. How about we have him sign some kind of legally binding document? I suspect that's an even better way of handling this, though. There's an even better way, okay? We're dealing with a guy who's already on the run from his debts. If we go soft on him, he's not gonna take this seriously. One option is to just hand him into the authorities and do this by the book. Kinda bugs me to leave the client's bike damaged too. That's not fair on him at all. Maybe we could have the thief work here in town to raise the money to repair it. What should we do? Okay, I've been getting way too many law points, so how about Gray? Put him to work. Normally I say we should hand him over to the authorities, but how does making him pay for the bike's repairs sound to you? You know I don't have that kind of mirror, right? Or any at all for that matter. Sure, that's why you'll be working in the village to earn it. What? That does sound good. That way he'll have time to reflect on what he did, and I won't have to shell out mirror for repairs. But I feel like I'll be causing trouble for the people here with this solution. I'll help smooth things over with them, don't worry. Oh, and don't even think of using this as a chance to escape, buddy. If you try that, I'll contact the cops or those debt collectors you got, and you'll never be able to go out in public again. Gah. So I guess this is how things gotta be. Man, I never should have stolen that bike. We should make our way back to the village now then. Hey, you guys. Oh, do you have business outside the village? Yeah, but we got it all wrapped up now. How's the bus holding up? Well, it's nothing that can't be fixed, but it'll take us the rest of the day to get up and running again. Thankfully, my supervisors were understanding. They said we can head back tomorrow morning. Still, I'm sorry about this whole situation. You said you were headed to some country called Remiferio, right? Yeah, and it's not exactly a stone's throw away from here. And I really don't want to make the trip at night, so we had to make lodging arrangements for all the passengers. Oh really? How do you work that out? I didn't think the inn had enough rooms for everyone. We actually have a village hall where people can stay in an emergency. I'm letting the passengers stay there tonight free of charge. That's really nice of you. I'm sure they're all breathing a sigh of relief. Yeah, we owe him big time, and our company isn't about to let that debt go unpaid. Speaking of which, they also agreed to pay you too. They'll wire you the mirror to you soon. Heck, they might have already done by now. Nice, appreciate the business, my man, and if you ever find yourself in another jam, just give us a ring. Oh yeah, there was something else I wanted to run by you. What might that be? Man informed the mayor about the bicycle theft and asked if the culprit could perform community service in Creil to pay for its repairs. For all have an extra pair of working hands, the mayor accepted and went with them to speak to the inn's owner, Ben, about employing Nathan there. Ben was also happy to approve the plan, and thus Nathan began a stint as janitor, where he would do menial chores for many weeks to come.
Mission accomplished! Great job, you guys!
Mirror deposit confirmed.
Okay, got both Law and Gray, but more Gray. Law ranked up. Gray ranked up. I need to do some chaos options, huh? Alright, we're making headway in our investigation. We now know for sure that Ida was here 3 days ago. Not only that, but she was also spotted the following day. We also learned that the monsters around here are acting strange. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that yet. I feel like the puzzle pieces are coming together, but we're still a few short of the full picture. We'll worry about that later, though. It's about time we head on back to the inn. What? We're staying here? There's no way Ida is still in the village. Shouldn't we be out there looking for her? Not tonight. There's no telling where she might have gone, and I'm not about to go on a wild goose chase. She could be in Remiferia or at Northern Highlands. The list goes on. Besides, I'm catching a whiff of something, and it ain't the gallets. Something smells fishy here. What do you mean exactly? Are you talking about the monsters? Well, yeah, they're part of it too. Anyway, you gotta be prepared to head back to the capital tomorrow, Agnes, with or without us. Yes, I know. I'll take a look at the bus schedule soon. But first, we should check in at the inn. Good idea. The passengers aren't staying there, so they should have an open room or two. Oh, the cutscene did change to have the guy from the side quest. Well, here we are. I'm sorry we didn't have more than one room for you all. Oh no, that's on us. We should have thought to book 2 rooms in advance. Those beds look super comfy. It looks like they're inviting me to climb in, curl up, and conk out. We're thinking about eating at around 7. I'll have one of those sweet galettes. Heck, coming right up. I'll be sure you get the right finds we have. In the meantime, please make yourselves comfortable. It's not like we had any other choice. Besides, Feri's here too, so it's going to be fine. Yes, totally fine. Are you okay, Agnes? Are you feeling a little under the wire? No, I'm perfectly fine. Never been better. Anyway, the plan was to gather a little bit more information before dinner, right? Then there's no time to waste. Let's drop our luggage here and get back to work. Oh, okay. Should we start with the old guy at the general store? Sure, sounds good.
Reward deposited.
Interim reports. Okay. Let me get some SP.
That's how it goes.
Okay.
Wake up.
Got to E++.
I'll be taking that.
Gladiator headband. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails through Daybreak. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.